Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Well, it seems like it's finally happening. Years too late, of course, but Don Lemon mysteriously vanished. He was there, and now he isn't. After little Donnie Lemonhead's Nikki Haley controversy from the other day, the Clinton News Network has seemingly disappeared him. As they say the show must go on, the morning show is still going, but Don Lemon is nowhere to be found. Either he's been suspended, he's taking a break, or CNN is trying to find a way to get rid of this guy for good. Hopefully it's the final option there, but of course we don't know just yet. But one thing we know for sure, something's going on, and let me update you guys on everything that's going on related to this little Donnie Lemonhead sexist misogyny scandal. We've got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright friends, so here's the update. Don Lemon is absent from CNN this morning after sexist Nikki Haley rant, which enraged Poppy Harlow. Don Lemon was conspicuously absent from CNN this morning on Friday, just 24 hours after he put his foot in his mouth with a sexist comment about the 51-year-old Nikki Haley not being in her prime, prompting co-host Poppy Harlow to walk off set. Friday morning's awkward broadcast started with a short clip featuring Harlow, who is on location in Salt Lake City, where she is covering the NBA All-Star Weekend festivities, interviewing TNT's basketball commentators Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith. This is how the show opened up on Friday morning.
You guys been great to me for 23 years. I'm not...
They are calling.
On today's episode of Give the BS Answer.
Yes.
I have serious FOMO from that interview that Poppy did.
I'm jealous.
Poppy is at NBA All-Stars Weekend. It is going to be so good. We have so many good moments from that, including that full interview there. Good morning, everyone. Audie Cordish is here at the desk with us this morning. Don has the day off. Poppy, as you can see, is in Utah for the NBA All-Star Game. So we will get to much more of that in a moment.
Caitlin Collins says Don Lemon has the day off, but something tells me there's more to it. What I'm wondering right now is Don Lemon finally finished? Is his career finally over? How many second chances can one individual receive? How much reputational, or even better yet, how much humiliation and reputational harm can one individual sustain psychologically before choosing to resign? In the case of Don Lemon, it seems as though he truly is one without shame, but it seems as though it is possible that Don Lemon is on the chopping block. We got an exclusive from the Daily Mail. Don Lemon is rude, self-righteous, and clearly sexist. CNN Insider reveals there's so much pressure for the unpopular host to be canned after his disgusting comment about GOP's Nikki Haley 51 as he takes the day off. It seems we're not the only ones who are rooting for Don Lemon's career downfall. It'd be a glorious threshold, a monumental day in the battle against fake news journalism. But while there's a lot of hopium and a lot of copium that Don Lemon has done, honestly, I'm not so sure. You know, we hear the left going on and on about supposed white privilege. Just the other day we were covering the new Disney Plus relaunch of The Proud Family, where they were essentially pushing the idea that white privilege is so powerful that old white men can essentially command police departments at will. But I personally have no experience with this concept of white privilege being used as a magic wand to get whatever you want in life. However, I have had a fair bit of exposure to the idea of black gay privilege. I think Don Lemon is the greatest walking, talking example of that exact privilege. No matter what this guy does, no matter what he says, no matter how much fake news garbage he spews, no matter how badly he verbally abuses his co-hosts and producers behind the scenes, no matter how many lawsuits get launched against him, alleging he SA'd another individual during a brief encounter at a bar, no matter what, Don Lemon seems to emerge unscathed. The guy's a damn cockroach surviving the nuclear apocalypse. It seems as though little Donnie Lemonhead is getting away with a simple apology, he wrote on Twitter. The reference I made to a woman's prime this morning was inartful and irrelevant, as colleagues and loved ones have pointed out, and I regret it. A woman's age does not define her personally or professionally. I have countless women in my life who prove that every day. A very bland, generic BS apology, frankly. That's all little Donnie Lemonhead needs to clear the air and save his career. You'd think after this national controversy and after being suspended that he'd be maybe a little bit nervous, maybe put himself in a situation of solitude to deeply reflect, but no, of course not. What's little Don Lemonhead doing? Embattled CNN anchor Don Lemon flees to Miami Beach amid Nikki Haley controversy. Don Lemon heads to the beach for a little vacation in Miami. You know, just having a gay old time. Not a care in the world, not a worry in the world. Don Lemon probably knows something that we don't. Don Lemon probably knows that he's untouchable. He has a very special type of privilege. If anything happens to him, he can cry, he can scream, accuse his former employer of racist, homophobic discrimination, and so he gets away with anything. He's untouchable. I mean, there has to be something to that, right? So many people were put on the chopping block at CNN recently. Little Bry Stelter, who of course admittedly is much worse than little Donnie Lemonhead. Well, when he was on the chopping block, CNN swung remorselessly without even a single question, and he was instantly axed from the network. Everybody thought that little Donnie Lemonhead was next, that his career didn't stand a chance at the network, but somehow he remained and got away with a little demotion, which he even viewed as a promotion, to spearhead CNN's new ambitious morning show dreams. Don Lemon's the career cat with 9 lives. I mean, let's really talk about privilege. Don Lemon, purely based on his identity, seems to have some sort of immunity shield against the powers of cancel culture. He's the one who cannot be canceled, the uncancelable. I mean, the double standard is clear to most people paying attention. Here's another headline from the New York Post. Portnoy from Barstool Sports says he'd be in jail for making Don Lemon's Nikki Haley comments. I mean, of course, that's hyperbolic, but it might be literal in a certain sense, considering look what they did to Andrew Tate, who, if you really think about it, was pushing very similar talking points to what Don Lemon is facing heat for right now. Except the only difference is Andrew Tate, for the most part, actually makes sense and has some good ideas. Don Lemon, on the other end, misinterprets basic ideas and pushes unadulterated bigotry. But Andrew Tate, after the machine came from him, is rotting in a prison cell, and little Donnie Lemonhead is having a gay old time at Miami Beach. The double standard is clear. It really makes you question, what exactly does Don Lemon have? What does he have on CNN? What does he have written in his contract that makes him so untouchable? Kaylin Collins described his absence as Don is taking the day off. Is that really all this guy is gonna get? Now, I'm not one for cancel culture, and honestly, I think in the case of Don Lemon, it really isn't cancel culture. It's more just deserved at this point. The guy just shouldn't be on TV. He's not qualified, and seemingly he's a terrible person. I guess what I'm trying to say is that if there was ever an appropriate time for somebody to be canceled, or for somebody's career to be over, this situation with this CNN clown would probably be one of those times where an individual being canceled is totally justified and not really up for debate. Yet somehow this CNN lemon-shaped cockroach, I guess, is managing to survive. What exactly does he have that makes him so immune and so powerful? I guess it remains to be seen, but it's yet again the privilege double standard fully on display. If Don Lemon was a white cis male, he would have been canceled 5 years ago. That's what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, friends, and I'll see you on the next one.